Welcome to another episode of Your Post in Action. I'm here again today with Commander Kyle. And Kyle, let's talk a little bit about the positions here. We've got a staff of, what do we have, 3 officers, 2 officers? We're not fully staffed.
We're not completely staffed at the moment, no. We could use someone that would be the second vice. We could use that. That's entertainment. If someone's willing to talk to different bands and get things together for events, and we want a person that wants to gear these events towards some kind of goal. We want them to have like a donation goal or a cause that we're going towards, or if we're working with other groups, like we said before, we want that kind of person that's willing to be back and forth and talk to people like that. If there's a person that you know, or you're that person that wants to talk to everybody and is very outgoing and ready to start making some parties and start doing some fundraisers, then the second vice kind of position is up for you. We also need some executive board members. Right now, the executive board takes care of the paperwork voting, the little bit more of the cash voting kind of thing, where when we hire new bartenders or when we make motions towards a change in the post or how we want to go about certain things in a large scale, we need people that are willing to balance the options. Is it beneficial where we're not going to just sink and then we won't be able to do another? Too many hand motions. Yeah. Is it beneficial to us where it's going to be beneficial to the cause we're working towards and not sink us so that we can't do another one for a whole month or what have you? Those kind of things, those options, you need to be able to tell me, hey, I know you want to give everyone helicopter rides, but we can't do that. Like
right. I know. Also, another one was the House Committee.
We need a few.
That's very small. A lot of people look at it and they think, oh, the House Committee. Well, I'm not coming over hammering nails all day, but it's not necessarily that.
No, we have those guys.
Yeah, it's sometimes that you need to research contractors, and we need a committee that says, hey, this contractor's good, this one's not good, and somebody out there in our area probably has these expertise.
And you've pointed out exactly who we need. We have a great house chairman with Alan Beatty, and he's already got people that are willing and ready to go with cleaning up the yard, with painting, with doing all the heavy lifting. He has those people. We need people that are going to help him get the right quotes. He's a busy guy. He wants to make sure this place is as best it can be. So if you know how to talk to people like vendors, and we can get a better prices on alcohol purchases, or somebody that's going to do pinball machines or something like that, we can get a good. That's the kind of person where they need to be able to flip back and forth and know kind of how to manage a budget. Would be helpful too. That more than one position will help Alan out with that. But the hammer and nails guys we got so far.
Yeah, very good. What other areas are we needing some volunteerism?
Well, honestly, right now we're kind of in the middle. We're okay. We could use more people when we're trying to go towards a future where we're trying to update everything to online, and not everything, because there's still plenty of members that want their paper, which is fine. But we want to go more paperless. We want to go more green. We want to kind of get more energy efficient.
Saves money too.
Yeah. Well,
And I've been licking them stamps. That's why I'm having problems talking,
Ruins the taste of your drink, too. But the third vice position is something that's not always filled. That's usually the internet person. They like to call it the guy that communicates and does all that. It's really the person that's going to push us towards
communications. It's social media, this and that, and
someone that's going to come work these cameras and do the sweeping shots.
Right. And there's one thing. We're talking about all that. We're getting our feet wet, trying to do all the paperwork and the different things that the Legion does. And I don't want to miss an opportunity to thank Bob King for his mentorship. He's been a yeoman at that, to do that.
I call him every time I need something. He answers 85% of the time. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but I'm sure he's enjoying a little relief now.
Oh no, it's very helpful. He's got us going in one direction. We're ready to start moving into things that only younger people that hopefully will see this more than our newsletter that'll be involved. People closer to my age. I mean, no offense to anybody, but people that were born around the internet have ideas that the internet is more useful than it is.
Right.
And it's also evil, but hey, what are we going to do?
So we could use a little help in communications if somebody's good at that.
Yes.
The other things I personally see is that once we get rolling, we need to do some of the things for the younger people. So we need some people with some ideas, right?
Yes.
Because all the veterans are not necessarily old. They're the young ones, like you say, and they're busy working and this and that. But when you were a kid, you came here, and there were programs and things to do.
There were.
I mean, at this point, I don't think there's any veteran needs help drinking. I think we've all got that down pretty good. But,
right.
We need a little bit of other family things happening here.
Exactly. And I'd love for anybody that's willing to come in and they're like, hey, can we do this? And I'll be like, hey, I can help you get there. That's what we were talking about before. With some of the programs we want to go with for helping people with family stuff, we want to start getting stuff in here that's kind of every day in the afternoon kind of thing, kind of a nice easy lunch. So if you're just swamped and you got your kids and you're ready to come in here, come chill with us. We want to start doing things where they can color, and we can start putting those on the walls for everyone here to enjoy.
Yeah, cool. That sounds like some great ideas. One of the other things I've found here in the club is that as we do these things, we need to communicate with people. And that's why we're doing these videos. It's just another method because we're not seeing the people at the meetings necessarily to get the information.
That's true.
And one of the things we have the ability to do now is on Facebook. You can go to a link at the top of the page where you can click on that and sign up for things to go directly into your email. And with that, we can send out, reminders of this or that, things that are happening. And we'll also be able to do surveys, online surveys. So if people say, well, we'd like to do this, and that, we can send out a survey and see if we get some interest there, and that's going to be nice because we want people to come in. There's a reason why they joined, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe we're not giving them that, and we need to find out what that is.
And honestly, if that's something that someone likes to do, please tell me. I'd love to do that too. We're all going to go in those avenues and try to each step we can to get everybody informed. I'd love for people to come out to the meetings. The meetings are open to all members. It is a Legionnaire meeting, but the Legionnaire meetings are for the Legion.
Yes.
That doesn't necessarily mean you have to wait outside because you're auxiliary or SAL. You can come in and hear what the Legionnaires have to say, and maybe we can all throw in ideas that are going to help us spread it and make all those people that are sitting at home come to the meeting, and they're going to give us ideas, and then we'll use their ideas to help others.
And a little bit from each person goes a long way.
It does.
It makes us what we need to be.
That gentleman the other day from Illinois Post, he just he was down visiting, and he saw that we were having a meeting. He asked if it was okay, and he brought his cover out from the car and came in, and then boom, he gave us that idea for Amazon Smile, and I'm in the middle of setting that up with the company and making sure everything's done. That'll hopefully be done by the end of the week.
Right, yeah, that's another passive way. It's basically passive income that if anybody's familiar with it, if you're buying something on Amazon, you go in through an Amazon Smile porthole, and then once you're there, at that portal, I think there's a drop down or something. You pick, 266, and then a percentage, you don't pay anymore, but a percentage of that goes to the club.
That is correct.
And it's things you're already buying. You're already clicking that button.
With that kind of help, even if all you're buying is your necessities, there's usually it's a list of things on there that are basically everyday kind of items, so that it's just no brainer. You're donating without even having to take extra out of your wallet.
Right.
And we can use that to help move forward into bigger projects. Not necessarily like we're trying to get every little cent we can, but we could use it. We could use the help to move forward.
Oh, absolutely.
Direct donations are great, but that kind of passive donation is very helpful as well.
Right, right. Well, I think that's about all for this episode. So as we always say, help me out, Kyle. See you at the post.